Hello there, world of tankers, and welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Adroodles Blitz, and in today's video, I will be showcasing a vehicle that I believe is so incredibly powerful in an expert player's hands that this is the best tank in the game if you understand how to drive it, being the T95E6. And I've talked about this vehicle in the past and what makes it so incredibly powerful, but to show even more how incredibly powerful it is, I wanted to compare it to the Concept 1B, which is considered one of the most overpowered tanks in a hull-down situation. Even when it's not hull-down, it still has great mobility, a great gun. In fact, to take a look at its statistics, we can see the Concept has amazing dispersion at 0.285. Its aiming time is only 3 seconds, and it's got 2,737 base damage per minute. That means if you're running Rammer, which I wouldn't suggest to do because it has bad heat pen, but if you're running Rammer, it's upwards of 2,900 damage per minute, which is a crazy amount of DPM for a heavy that also features 10 degrees of gun depression, 45 kilometers per hour of a top speed, 18 in reverse, and a turret that is nearly impervious frontally because of the way it's angled and the fact that its upper plate is a super steep angle when you are fully hauled down. The Concept 1B is an absolutely amazing tank, and if you are able to control a flank and hold a position without the enemy rushing you, this can be one of the most overpowered and flat-out broken tanks to encounter in the battlefield. And yet, the T95E6 in my eyes is multiple times more flexible and more powerful in a good player's hands than the Concept 1B. Why is that? Well, first of all, if we take a look at these statistics, the E6's gun is flat better in every way. First of all, its aiming time a little bit worse, same for the dispersion, but it's first of all, when we take a look at the 2,945 DPM, we start to realize that, yeah, that's pretty insane. And you might say, well, you're running Rammer. I'm not. I'm running Cali. With Rammer, it has 3,200 DPM and the same penetration as the Concept running Cali on the heat. Because that's right, this tank has the highest heat pen for a heavy in tier 10 at 374 if you're running calibrated shells, the same as the IS-4, and similar to vehicles like the 113. The T95E6 also features a crazy good gun depression value at 10 degrees, just like the Concept. Its mobility is insane, 50 kilometers per hour of a top speed with a power to weight of 21.5. But the effective power to weight is even better than that, making this tank just as fast, if not faster, than some of the tier 10 mediums in Blitz. Add that into the fact that this vehicle has great traverse speed at 41 degrees a second and a turret traverse of 44 degrees a second, and the tank is amazing. I mean, it really is. I know a lot of people always think that I'm just like shilling for wargaming when I say the E6 is one of the best tanks in the game, but I seriously do believe that an E6 in a good player's hands is absolutely amazing. I would love to see this tank used more in the comp scene, and I feel like if it's not used enough in the comp scene, it's because people have not messed around enough with this tank to really understand what makes it so incredibly powerful. If we make our way to the replays, I'm going to showcase a game where I'm platooning with a very good player from the EU server he's probably about 3,300 average damage, and he's playing on my NA account with my Concept 1B. I'm going to be using the E6 on my main account, and I figured this would be a perfect example to showcase the differences between these two vehicles and how the Concept just does not have that flexibility and mindset that the E6 has right at the beginning of the battle. Now you can see already we're going upwards of 40 and top speed of 50. I mean, it's that quick to reach your top speed. And the crazy thing about this vehicle is we see the enemy team as a TVP, 200 LT, and a Sheridan. But I don't care. I see the majority of my team is on medium side, so I say, you know what? Fork it. I'm going to YOLO right up to the medium hill, and I'm going to completely push them off, and there's nothing they're going to be able to do about it. And that's exactly what happened. I spotted that Sheridan. He did not expect to be detected there, and now he's dead. Congratulations, you have already lost one mobile vehicle. That means they've already lost medium flank. In the first 40 seconds of the game, I have been able to quickly push my tank to medium flank and already come out with a victory. Now we have the Object 268 and the 200 LT out in the open. I'm going to track him and then ram him for another 200 damage, so I've dealt 614 in total to his vehicle. I was going to shoot an HE, but I realized why bother the risk when I can just fire an AP and take off a decent chunk. Already, we are up to 1,300 damage, but, oh, that's going to go up quite a bit. We get a max roll HE into the rear of the 268, and with that, we are up to 2,200 damage now. We're going to get another HE into the T100 LT for 560 damage, and with that, we are already up to 2,800 in the first minute and 20 seconds of this battle, which is ridiculous when you think about it like that. Now, we've still got quite a bit of HP left. We got a mouse, TVP, WZ1115A. Alright, let's get a nice shell into the mouse. Over 3k already. Pretty dang insane. We got the TVP in the back, and we all know how much I hate dealing with TVP, so I'm going to make sure I can get a shell into that vehicle. My Yag also gets a perfect roll with 800 on his tank, so not too bad. Now we've got the mouse over here. Let's get a nice heat shell into the mouse's lower plate just to confirm the pen, and the mouse is now going to start angling towards the Yag, which was actually the right decision, because the Yag obviously would absolutely badonk him. Yag bounces the mouse, but that's all fine because our AMX-30B finishes him off. We are already up to 4,300 damage dealt. We're not done yet, though. The 5A is going to rush my teammate in the concept, and unfortunately he gets finished off, but we still have plenty of HP left. We've got the 268 off to the side. I see all those damage modules, and I'm like, yeah, that guy's just done for. So we get a nice shell into the 268. We're up to 5,000 damage now. But that's a full health E100 I see. And because I'm running calibrated shells, E100's turret armor is literally like butter to me. I can load heat every day of the week and penetrate that E100. I mean, look at the E100's turret. As soon as I load heat, everything is just a clear pen. And that is where having this amount of ridiculous penetration paired with DPM is insane for a vehicle like the Concept. We get another nice shell into the E100, over 6,000 damage now, and we're still not done. This E100's still alive here. We're going to get a nice shell into his lower plate, 420 damage. He gets cleared, and that means all that's left is the enemy TVP. We're up to 6,500 damage dealt. We're going to get a nice shell into the TVP, and with that, finish off just shy of 7,000 damage in the Concept, or not the Concept, sorry, the T95E6. This game alone showcased the ridiculous versatility, mobility, and DPM combination that the T95E6 carries, and why I believe that this is the best Tier 10 in the game right now. There are many Tier 10s that are incredibly powerful, but look at this result. 303,000 credits. An incredibly easy victory. We single-handedly YOLO'd the mediums, gave our team an instant push on that side, and even though it probably would have been a loss if I didn't do that, this is really the only tank in the game that could do that. An Object 260 is just a stunning example of what the tank would be like if it had gun depression and pen. But now that the E6 exists, I don't really understand the point of a lot of Tier 10s. I won't drive the Chieftain anymore because there's no point. There's no point for me to drive the Concept. Although, I will say the Concept is still better haul down, but who cares? You just YOLO the mediums with this tank and you win every time. Let me know if you think I'm delusional in the comments down below, and maybe it's just me that absolutely loves dominating in this tank. But I gotta tell you this, if you understand how to play this vehicle, it is by far one of the best tanks in the game, and if you're a comp team out there, I would highly suggest you experiment with this vehicle. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.